Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will going to continue our series on Tinker Python projects. In this video I have created another project that you can see its name as Smart Movie Rental System. For that we have imported the libraries right here as SQLite 3 for faster database system, Tinker, then TTK for the tree views, and then message boxes, simple dialog, and then the random module. Okay, and then we go to our next part, which is the database setup, how it has been set up. Actually we have taken the name of the database by using the SQLite 3 connect movies database, and then connector it cursor, and then use the cursor for it by the SQL query. Yet you can see right here we have used the movie name, its ID, which will be the non changeable, and then its particular director name, and then its status, it has been rented or it available for us for our system, or then the customer ID if it has been borrowed to someone else, and then it will going to predict, it will going to use in a random function to writing in a is it trending or not. Okay, so let's see how it has been user interface has been looking before we go to our code part. Okay, so you can write here, see, it has the features like movie name, movie ID, director name, status, and add movie, and clear fields, delete movie, and update movie, and rent and return, and then okay, at last the search function. Okay, so for that let's go to our code part, how we have defined its functions of the add movie part, so that we can check out how it has been written and done. Okay, so let's see out. For the first functions that you can see right here, I have added in a get customer ID. We will going to use in a simple dialog box right here by using an ask string. We will going to pass in a entry call entry box right there as customer ID, and then it will going to ask the user to enter the particular customer ID, or if it has been not there, then it will going to show in a message box error that you can see right here, and it will return none. Okay, and right here if has been given, then it will going to return the particular value of that customer ID. Okay, and for next part, which is the display records, which will going to particularly display the records how it has been deleting by the other childs that has been there for refreshment, and then write an SQL query as select asterisk from the movies table, and then it will going to filter them from the query as where movie name, like if will if has been given in a filter text, it will going to take in a movie name like filter text, or director name as like that way. Okay, and then the not it will going to execute that particular SQL query and fetch all of its data. And in the for loop way, we have inserted all of the data that you can see right here, inserted in the on GUI, and then we have apply its colors like background as light green, then light red, and then so on for the particular status. Okay, and then for the deleting the particular state, the fields, if user want to delete all of the particular work at like in that GUI, like you can see right here, if I have written the stuff like I have like this, and doesn't want to change anything right here. So I can just click out the clear fields and it will going to remove it out. So let's see how it has been written. It has, we have, for the first of all, the movie status part, I have set in its variable as available, which is the default behavior of it. And for the other variables that will be in the for loop as movie id, name of it particular movie and its director, and customer id will be set out to null value, and movie id entry will be goes to the normal way. As in the edit part, I have will going to disable the entry of the particular movie so that it will not change the entry and doesn't create a duplication right there. Okay, and it will going to remove that particular selection if has been there on the update part. And then I have created a recursion function right here as clear and display function. It will going to just call the function as this clear fields and display records. If the search where has been given there variable has something, then it will going to fetch it according to it, else it will going to normally fetch it. And then we have the next part, how the particularly add function has been defined. Okay, we define if the movie status given by the user is equal to rented, then it will going to ask for the user for the particular customer id and pass that particular value to the customer get customer id function that you have seen before. Okay, and if not, then it will going to return it and customer id set by this way, and if given, else it will going to pass and a not applicable value there. Okay, at for the trending part of it, it has been done right here right now as the through the random choice way, as it is going to use the true or false. If yes, if it is true, or no, then if it's false. Okay, and it will going to ask at the end as did you want to add this movie to the inventory as in a confirmation. If confirmation has been setted, then it will going to use in a connected dot execute and write its exit query as insert into movies and its variable that you can see movie name, id, director name, status, and country, customer id, and then and trending, and it will going to take the particular variables that you can see right here, string variables, and then it will going to commit it, and then it will going to again we will going to run a clear and display function right here, and it will going to show in a particular success message. And then it we go to our error showing part. It will if movie id has been already existed there and user has accidentally added another same one, then it will going to show it that particular error right there. And so let me show you how it has been particularly defined in our GUI. Okay, right here I have defined its colors as this way, colors and fonts that you can check out on your own. Okay, by default, and then we have defined the root window right here as roots equal to Tiki, and then its title as smart movie rental system, and then its geometry, and it has been non-resizable. Set it. If you want to resize it or having any desire, then you can remove that particular line the code. And then we have given a heading box to the particular GUI as root text as smart movie rental system, its font, and then its color, and we have packet on the side top, and then fill it on the x-axis. And that's how we have defined our variables in the string-var format that you can check out right here. Movie name, id, character name, movie status, customer id, and search variables, so on. Okay, and then we have the basically the left frame, top frame, and bottom frame. Okay, left frame that you have seen in that particular GUI as this way, this one, right top will be as this way, and then the bottom one as this. Okay, you can check out how it has been placed on the xy coordinate as this, x equal to 0 and y as 30, and real width as 0.3 and real height as 0.9. Okay, and then the real x of the top as 0.3, and then y as 30, and then real width as 0.7, and then real height as 0.15, and then similar way we had defined right here its position. Okay, and you can check out how I have defined right here the variables of like that way. Before that, checking out, let's go to or see how the add function has been actually working. For that, we have first of all defined the, we will going to take a name as something recognizable for the testing. Okay, and then director's name is anything that you can pick up. For that, we will going to first of all use an available method. Okay, and it has been showing in a message to add this to inventory, and we will going to PS it, and it has show the success message right here, and then you can check out its detail as this, and then we will going to again take another identity entry as this way, for example, and right here we will going to take in a rented way. It has been rented out, and it has showing enter to the customer id. If the particular user has cancelled it out, then it has show the error. Okay, not error right here. Let me add an id as this, for example, and I have okay it out, and it has so it has been done to the, and it has been added successfully, and yet you can see out it has been right there, its own data. Okay, and then let's go to see how its update and other function has been actually done. Okay, so let's go to our next part, which is the view and update records. For the viewing record, which will be from the search function of it has been going to work as the tree, focus, and message box error if had been not selected right there, and then select that particular entry and take its all of its values that you can see right here in the listed format that way, and then the next format, which is the function which is the update record, how it has been actually working. For that, first of all, we will going to recall an view record function, and then we will going to set the movie id entry as configure as disable, and then clear button also disabled from there, so that user accidentally doesn't remove all of the data, the particularly which he or she has written right there. And if the user right now again selected the rented, then it will going to pass out the value to that function, or if it will going to set the, if not, then it will going to return the particular previous value and set it again. Else, if nothing happens, remove all of the value from the customer ID and get to the available one, then it will going to show the not applicable message, and then it will going to use a cursor dot execute and execute an SQL query as update movies, set its particular data as movie name, director name and status and customer ID, and it will going to commit and run an clear and display function, and it will going to destroy the particular edit button, which will going to come on the spot, and it will going to reset the state of movie ID entry and clear button ones. Okay, and for the next, how this button will going to appear on spot, you can check out. It has been defined on the left frame with the text as update movie, font has been button font, BG as button, BG button, and then width as 20, and command that you can see right here above. I have defined the update function and position it at this coordinates. Okay, exactly below the clear buttons. So guys, we have came to our next part, which is the how its own update data of the movie will be going to execute out. So for that we will going to use an update movie function button right here. I have clicked it out and it has so the details has been going to be, which has been shown right here. Okay, and for that I will going to think out some details like this and like this way, and the particular the status right now, let's change it out and update that particular thing as the ID as this way, and okay it out, and you can see right here its own data has been recently updated out. Okay, okay, then let's go to our next part, which is how its own delete function has been created and state changing the particular status of that particular way. Okay, for the particular thing, so let's see. For that similar way, like it has been updated, it will going to ask the user to first of all select. If he or she doesn't select it out, then it will going to show an error like select the particular thing or a movie right there, and it will going to collect all the data from the items of that particular tree dot focus and its values, and it will going to execute in a command of the from delete from movies where movie ID as that, and it will going to select use in a selection of that ID, and then it will going to remove commit that particular thing, and then it will going to delete that focus tree value, and it will going to show in a particular message right there, and then at last it will going to refresh the elements by using the function, running the function as clear and display, and then next, if not tree selection has been selected on the status function, then it will going to show in a similar error like update and delete function has shown before. Okay, it will be just take out the values, and it will going to take in a mid section of the movie ID and its status only, as it is for the status changing, so it will going to check it out, and then it will ask the particular message for the User if had been rented out, it will going to say the written movie. Have this movie has been actually written, then it will going to change the particular thing as if confirmed, then it will going to execute and now SQL command as update movies set status and command customer ID and to the movie ID, and its one value will be set it out right there. Okay, else it will going to take in a particular customer ID. If not given, then it will going to just execute that particular thing. Okay, and then it will going to commit it out and again run the clear and display function and search at last the search variable movies, which will going to take an against display records of the particular variable that has been selected. Research has been given, search has been given. Okay, and then let's just check out how it has been UI has been actually defined. Like you can see its frames, then it's on the data, how it has been particularly defined, its own variables right here, director names, and particular font entries, entry font width as 25, font color, and similar way that you can check out its positioning and how it has been done, and you can experiment on your own if you want it. Okay, and then we have the buttons right here as the delete, records ones, and its positioning at the top frame, and then update movie also, and similar way then the top frame has the return and rent function button, and it has been taking its valid functions right there and at the particular positions right here you can see, and then it has the anti tracking part, which is the search that you have seen in the GUI, and then the its variable right here, and it is placed at the particular x and y coordinate that you can see right here. Okay, and before explaining the last part, let's see how its own main functionality has been actually working out. Okay, so that it will be clear and easy to for you to understand it. let's let's just first of all create the particular record that you have seen. Okay, it has created, and right here I will going to just that you can say I have doesn't selected anyone entry, so it has shown that error, and then as this movie has been actually returned, if no, then it will going to cancel that, if yes, now it has been changed. Okay, and right here let me enter the user ID right here, and it has been, yes, friending, it has been again changed out, and I want to just again return it available. Okay, so now let's search in a one of the entry right here. It's that you can see it here, its search function has been working. Okay, so let's see how its UI has actually been defined in the tabular form entries. So first of all, we have defined the main part, which is the of it as the bottom frame at the bottom frame, and we have taken in a label function in which we have defined the text as movie inventory and define its color as the blue, and then font color of it as white, and then its font as Arial 14 bold, and packet like the title of the app we have done before. Okay, and then the tree functionality of it, we have used the ttk dot tree view lab library function, and then we have selected its bottom frame, and then we have take all of its entries that table we will going to execute it out. Movie name, movie id, director, status, and customer id, and it is trending or not, and it will going to show the tag headings way. Okay, and then it will we have used on the t dot heading for the headings, and this way for the first column, which is the movie name, will be going to given in a text as the movie name, then the movie id will have the movie id, then director as that way, and similar way for the other entries. And then for the columns of it, we have using the movie name width equal to 200, and then column as similar way its width has been defined in the according to its need, and director, status, and similar way. And then we have packed that particular tree in the fill both side, expand them by the true. Okay, and for the initial data loading, we will going to at the start of running, we will going to call an a function, again call the function as clear display, and then it will going to run the GUI. Okay, so for the overview, we can say in this app we have created an functionality as the movie CRUD operations, how it has been done, editing, creating, and updates, viewing, adding the records, clearing if any mistakes, and search engines like stuff, searching, and then the applying colors, theme designing right there, and ID defining, and database functionalities, and so on. So that's all for today, guys. If you guys enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. See ya.